Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mammal and Psychic Medium. Welcome to your weekend forecast for August 15th through August 17th. So today I'm going to call in my spirit guides for my singles and see what is coming your way. If we have any weekend love ahead of us, this is for any sign and any sign that you may be thinking of. I do have some charms and I do have some initials today. I know you guys like those. So let's see what loving energy is around you. Please use these readings to manifest a love that you are worthy and deserving of, or to confirm a love that's come into your life. So you can, if this isn't here yet, just listen along. And this is the kind of love that you would like. And maybe it's a prediction of what's coming. So let's see what the cards are for you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here for the first time. I'm so grateful. Spirit, please share with me any loving messages. What is it that you have for us today? What is it that you want my singles to know? Who's coming towards them? Any evidence and clues that you want to share with us? Anything about their personality traits? What's this love going to feel like? How will they come into my life? How, who, when? We want all the answers, Spirit. I'm listening for you now. I have a telepathic connection. How nice. Close soul connections are harmoniously synchronized, creating moments of telepathy. So telepathic connection. I feel I can read your mind. I knew you were going to call. I was just thinking of you and the text comes in. So that's telepathic. That is your souls are talking to each other with that invisible, think of it as a telephone line that connects the two of you. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful when you have it. And it's not everybody that that has that telepathic connection, because, sometimes you never feel that. But other times you're so in sync, they're saying. You're going to be so in sync. So it's a feeling of a soul connection right from the beginning. So let's keep going for a second. Let's see what they have. I have spirituality. Okay, your spiritual journey is beginning. It's definitely a soul connection. So whether you feel it or you sense it or your intuition identifies it, they're saying a deep soul connection. Okay. So, you definitely are going to feel that you're going to be more connected to this person emotionally than you have with anybody else. So that feels nice. I have recognition. The divine will help you recognize signs and miracles. Look for the signs. Okay. There's all kinds of signs always, whether it's butterflies, rainbows, hummingbirds, sometimes dragonflies. Sometimes you start seeing numbers. Angel numbers would be a big sign over and over again. If there's somebody that you're thinking of, you see their name everywhere, the kind of car that they drive everywhere, something that reminds you of them wherever you go. So you start to just connect that this person's energy is all around you. Spirit, please share with me. I have a twin flame passion, a soul connection. Feel the intense passion of your twin flame connection. This fiery bond brings excitement, joy, and a sense of adventure to your relationship, fueling your spirits and deepening your love. So we could be looking at a twin flame connection coming towards you. A recognition, spirit saying, I recognize you, I see you, we've traveled other lifetimes together. But also this sense of intensity. Twin flames have this beautiful sense of just intimacy, emotional, physical. They just can't get enough of each other. And sometimes it's overwhelming because it's, it's a little bit off the charts, but it's okay. It's kind of exciting for that reason. I have a heartfelt communication. Open your heart and speak your truth with love and compassion. Effective communication strengthens your bond and fosters a deep emotional connection. So somebody who can speak, it was almost a feeling of I speak from my soul, I speak from my heart. There's very much a deep emotional connection here that maybe we very easily fall into vulnerability. Maybe it's very easy for us to tell our life story and to tell our wounds and to express ourselves and not hold back with this person. And that might be a sign for you. You usually hold back. Maybe you'll tell this person something you've never told anybody else. Maybe you'll confess something that, not that you're hiding anything, but you just confess feelings about something that you've held in for years, something like that. A twin flame challenge. Some of you have a twin flame energy coming in. Check out my twin flame channel. I'll put the link in the description as always. Challenges with your twin flame are opportunities for growth. Embrace these difficulties as lessons that strengthen your bond and deepen your understanding of each other. Twin flames have a tendency to show you the truth, they just said. They show you the true you. They challenge you to be honest, brutally honest with yourself, because they'll call you out on it. You could try to sweep something under the rug and they'll go, really? Who are you kidding? And it's almost like they know you better than you know yourself sometimes. And they just call you out on things and they make you face your own reality sometimes. And sometimes we don't want to see it. And that's why twins have a tendency to struggle, because they put something right in front of us that could be really raw and very real. So sometimes we struggle a little bit with that. Like, I don't want to hear it. And the twin says, well, too bad. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I have a Knight of Cups, gorgeous. I have a Six of Swords. I have a Magician. And I have a Queen of Pentacles. The Six of Swords came into me as learning to love again. And that could be something that you have struggled with, that maybe you've dated some different people, but you didn't fall in love with them. And you're kind of going, am I ever going to fall in love with somebody? Am I going to meet somebody that I actually like enough to love? Yeah, I've dated and they were nice and we spent some time together, but I didn't fall in love with them. So there's something about this particular connection that they're saying that you're able to, learning to love again is how they said it. And maybe it opens up your heart to not only trusting this person, but trusting yourself. Trusting that you can make a good decision, that you can pick somebody that's worthy of you, that you can pick somebody that isn't going to, blatantly hurt you without you, and you didn't see the red flags or you ignored the red flags. I've got a Knight of Cups, and first of all, you're very strong. So I've got this Queen of Pentacles that says, with or without a person in my life, I'm okay. I can take care of myself. And then this Knight comes in and says, well, I actually like that about you. I like that you're strong. I like that you're independent. They just said they've met their match because they want somebody that challenges them, which is interesting. They don't want somebody who just says yes all the time. They don't want somebody who just bows down to them. They don't want somebody who just tries to appease them no matter what. So you're a challenge to them. And that's what they find exciting, that you're challenging. You are, it's almost like they can see your little mind working. And they want to see how it works. They want to kind of know everything about you. So you're a challenge to them. And maybe they're excited about that because they're sick of being with people that I would say, are boring, or don't push them. Don't push them to be better. Don't push them to be themselves. Don't push them to be vulnerable. Don't push them to be, to follow their dreams, to ignore what other people say. So you could be very motivating to them to be a better self, if that's making sense. So there's something about that. But I do feel like you see the magic in them. You're probably the biggest cheerleader they've ever had. And you probably motivate them, inspire them. You're their muse, Spirit just said. So there's something about you that they listen, Spirit's saying. They listen to you, they listen to your guidance, and they respect it. So if you have lots of wisdom, you're bringing something into this relationship that says, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but these are some ideas of what to do in a situation. They listen and they respect you, and I guess they feel like, you know what, I can be a better person because of this. This person's lifting me up. This person's constantly pumping me up, and vice versa, I'm assuming. I have a Page of Wands. I have an Emperor. I have an Ace of Cups. I have a 10 of Swords and a King of Cups. And it's interesting because even before these two things came in, these two cards came in, it was, I haven't loved like this in a long time, if ever. So this person is realizing that their past, yes, they cared about that person. Yes, they love that person. But they almost are saying to themselves, not like this. And I don't know, do you feel guilty that you didn't love somebody that you were with in the past as passionately as you are with the new person? I don't know, but I guess grateful. They just know they're feeling something different. It feels different this time. It feels, they just haven't loved anybody the way they're going to love you. And maybe that's what gets them hooked on you. It's almost like I'm hooked on you. So I feel like this person is definitely evaluating their past, definitely saying, what was it about my past that wasn't quite enough, wasn't quite as exciting? Well, if it's a twin flame connection, it'd be really hard to compare a twin flame, because the passion, the excitement, the intensity, you can't compare it to any other relationship. But I do feel like right from the start with this page, there was almost a questioning of, what is it about you that's so exciting? And they're saying they don't look back. They're not looking back. They're only looking ahead. So if anything, this is a confirmation that what they had in the past really wasn't enough, because they're feeling so differently today. So that feels really good. I also like, of course, the Ace of Cups, the Emperor. I mean, this is somebody who, they're not wishy-washy. They're probably very strong, very independent, stand on their own 2 feet. And then this kind of wave of emotion comes in. I would say they can handle it. It's not somebody who is afraid of their emotions. If anything, I feel like they're kind of pleasantly surprised that they're meeting somebody that challenges them. Let's get some initials. Let's see what the initials are saying. Spirit, please share with me any letters, initials, my person, first initial, last initial. That makes a connection. So some of you may get a confirmation. Others of you, they're just clues. So let's get some of these. I have an H, the letter B, an S. I have a Y. I have an X, N. I have a V, P, another N, another N. I have another S, M. I have a Z, C, another X. I have an O. And I have a J, the JR, D, another Y. I have a C again. I have some letters. So I have a 5 weeks, 5 days, 5 months. I have a 3. I'm going to say 30. I could have 53, 30. And I have a number 6. So part of me feels like it's more like 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 5 days, 6 days. The number 30, I could have 65, 36, 53, 35, 36, 60, 50. Okay, so those are some letters. We could have a combination with those numbers. Okay, so those could connect. Let me know if those connect to anybody. Spirit, can I have some clues? What sign could this person be? Let's see. They could be a Gemini. Curiosity. I have a Scorpio, intensity. I have a Capricorn, ambition. Sagittarius, optimism. And I have an Aquarius today, originality. Okay, so those are a handful of clues. Spirit, tell me about their personality. Anything that I will love about their personality? What is it? What is this person like? I have truthful. I want truthful. Thank you, Spirit. I want truthful. I have forgiving. Okay, understanding, they're saying. I have empathic. There's that telepathic connection coming in. I have I'm in love with you. I'm not going to just, yeah, they're feeling something that they haven't ever felt. And maybe they share it to you, with you, once we get closer, that they've been in love before, but nothing like this. And it could be scary to them in a sense that, that they're a grown person. And how come at this stage in their life, they're feeling this deeply for the first time? Something like that. I have their assertive. Okay. Once they see you, they're not going to let you go. I have they're very helpful. They're there for you. They're saying, the way they said it was take charge. And it was almost a feeling of if you needed something done, you didn't have, I'm going to sign me up for this person, because it was almost as if you didn't have to ask them to do it. It was, they took charge. They saw that it needed to be done. You might have mentioned it, and then they did what they had to do. They went to Home Depot and got a tool to fix it. They, went to the store and bought something to, help make it happen. But it's not like you had to tell them every step of the way. They just did it. They knew what to do. So they took initiative, I guess. You'd have to hold their hand. So they're a real grown up. That's nice. I have their patient, their understanding, good listener. They're very open. They're very open. I feel like there's great communication in this connection. I feel like that's probably, they're saying it's your new best friend. That's nice. It's, when you get older, they are your best friend. They're your lover, they're your friend. They are the person you want to be with more than anybody. But, it turns into, I don't want to be with anybody as much as I want to be with you. And that's what this is. I'm curious. I can't wait to find out. You challenge them. That is they're not going to get bored with you very easily, put it that way. And that is what's holding their attention, that you are pushing them to learn more. They're curious all the time about you. They always feel like you're a little bit of a mystery. They're trying to uncover like every little detail about you. So, and bottom of the deck, I have passionate. So, you know, all wrapped up in this kind of beautiful sense of chemistry between us. And I just felt like I was romantically dancing with you, but I didn't feel like I was at anywhere. I felt like I was dancing with you somewhere simple, like on a back porch or in our own living room. Like I just feel like somebody just took you in their arms and started dancing with you, you know? So I'm going to say just a kind of a fun, simple, I'm not afraid to hold you. I'm not afraid to be affectionate with you. I'm not afraid to express myself with you. So very, very comfortable with each other. Spirit, please share with me some clues. I have a Sagittarius. I have a gamer. Okay, that could be their downfall. They've been gaming since they were a kid. They're not giving it up now. It doesn't mean they're obsessed with it, but it's still in their life. Okay, that could be a clue. I love the summer. I love the beach. I meet in the summer. Summertime romance. I want to go on a cruise. Maybe that's our first event that we say, let's go on a cruise together. Maybe that's the first time we go away together, or that's our first trip together, something like that. It's an easy thing to do. I have a Aquarius energy. I have a Pisces energy. I have somebody who's a bookworm. So somebody who loves to read. So that could be you, that could be them. I also feel more of an audiobook. I could listen to audiobooks in the car. I could listen to audiobooks like when I walk or exercise. So yeah, I'm a reader, but I also incorporate a lot of audiobooks at this point. So that could be a big part of somebody's life. I have chill vibes. I just as soon hang out. I just as soon hang out. I don't feel like I need a big audience or I need a big crowd to enjoy myself. I feel that they're saying it's like the simpler my life is, the happier I am. So in fact, they probably avoid kind of big things like that. Doesn't say that they'll do it, but they don't go out of their way to do things that have tons and tons of people at them. They're kind of more of a homebody energy, I would say it that way. Or, you know, we go out to dinner, we go to the movies, we walk around, we go shopping, but we don't need like big deal entertainment to make us happy. We like just being with each other is how it's coming into me. I find you very sexy. Okay, I'll take that. I have Capricorn, and I'm going to put this one with this one. So I have fireworks. They're saying a summer romance. So if you don't have this now, it is a sense of, I don't know. I feel bright sun. I do. I feel, I'm going to say hot, but heat wise, the sun is on me. I'm going to say I feel lightweight clothes, whether it's shorts, t-shirts, flip-flops, things like that. So yeah, I'm going to say a summertime love. And it's they said, baby, it's hot outside. Funny. So they're definitely letting me know it's hot. Baby, it's hot outside, my spirit guide said. They think they're funny. They do. They're like, I have old-fashioned spirit guides. So they say these like weird, old, kind of quirky things. Yeah, baby, it's hot outside. Thank you, Spirit. I have Bon Appetit. Okay, so, but that came into me as like, I like to cook on the grill. Believe it or not. I like to cook on the grill. I think I'm a chef, but everything I do has to be on the grill. Other than that, I really can't cook. Ice cream. I'm just asking Spirit their favorite dessert. They love ice cream, but I feel like it's things like Rocky Road, Chunky Monkey, things that have like all this stuff in it. It has marshmallows and chocolate chips and nuts and caramel, and the more the merrier. So but that is their downfall for sure. And they're saying it has to be high grade ice cream. So this person's an ice cream snob, or you are an ice cream snob. Like it has to be Haagen-Dazs, or it has to be like a high grade. They're saying high fat content. Okay, so if it doesn't have a high fat content, we're not eating it. All right, so no such thing as frozen yogurt. But yeah, so we've got a chunky monkey. We got a chunky monkey in the room. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you have for us? What's your favorite ice cream? Oh, that's a good one. I like black raspberry. Like I grew up in New Hampshire, so they have like Dairy Barn ice cream stands that make really thick, rich ice cream, unfortunately. But I like black raspberry. What else do I like? I like coffee flavored ice cream. I like that. I have thin lips. Okay. Dark hair. I have maybe a shadow. I have somebody might have fairer skin, freckles. I have tendency to be impulsive. Maybe that's something I'm working on. I can go from being normal to, exasperated in a nanosecond. So maybe that's something I know about myself. I have a piercing. I feel like the piercing is private. I don't feel like it's something that everybody gets to see, like a belly ring or something like that. I have mature. I have this kind of salt and pepper energy, hair, maybe facial hair, facial goatee, or some kind of beard, trimmed beard. I have skinny. I lean on the skinny side, but I'm working on it. I lift weights. I work out. I have, some people think that I'm a nerd. That might go back to the books. I wouldn't say that they're a nerd as much as they could lean more towards the intellectual and quiet side. And they're not a busy body person. They probably don't like a lot of gossip. They probably don't, like I said, like big social crowds. They like one-on-one conversations or a couple of couples at a time, not like a whole room full of people. They're not a party animal, Spirit just said. So you've got somebody who's on the quieter side, and that's okay. I have an officer. It almost came into me as like a bank officer. Could be a police officer, but somebody who's an officer in a business. Like I'm a CEO, I'm a CFO. I have a title in a management company, something like that. So leaning towards emotional, very emotional. They can be very emotional with you. They're not afraid to show their emotions. They're sharing with me that you will see this person cry. This person has the ability to cry, like will cry tears. If they're upset, they're grieving, something happens. So this person can show and express their emotions. You will see tears. It's not somebody who you'll never see cry. I need a job, unemployed. I don't think so. They're an officer of a company, but this could be a story about I lost my job. I reinvented myself. I went back to school. I got laid off when I was younger. All that work went away. I had to change careers. There could be a story behind it. I don't feel like they're there today, but there could be a story about kind of a rocky road. I have a little bit old-fashioned. Yeah, there's a sense of, you know what, if I'm at home and I'm comfortable and I have a good barbecue going and it's a nice day outside, I'm pretty much happy. You know, I don't feel like it's going to take a lot to make this person happy, which is kind of fun. You know, it's like they're happy with you. You're their new best friend. We hang out. We like to do things together. It doesn't take a lot to make this person happy. I feel like they're pretty content and very compatible. Nice. I have a 10 of Cups. You're going to be happier than you've ever been. It's King of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a sense of security now. They probably went through something that forced them into going back to school or getting retrained or changing their career, changing in their, it's probably the best thing that ever happened to them. There's probably a story behind it saying, had that not happened to me, I wouldn't be in the successful place that I am today. So it's probably one of those stories where God took something away from them. At the time, it was horrible, but God picked them up and put them somewhere where they're supposed to be. And now there's this great success around them and security. So, but I do feel like it's just part of their story. I have a 9 of Wands. I have a 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, so that came in as there was a period in my life that I really worried about money. I think we can all say that, but maybe it was really, really hard. Maybe it was I lost everything, or I was on, you know, COVID could have hit them really hard, you know, like some kind of period in time that was really difficult. I have an Empress. I have a 10 of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Yeah, they can see a future with you. This is starting to unfold into I can see a future with you. A little bit of I've waited a long time for this. I could see that we could be really happy, really good for each other. So there's a lot of energy around. I feel like I just met the right person. They're saying everything just falls into place. You know, it's that we don't have to try so hard. We don't have to work so hard. I'm just asking Spirit, if you know this person, it almost came into me as they come into your life casually. So I would say maybe organically for some of you that you are meeting this person casually. Just starting talking to this person, introduced to this person. A little bit of an honor around work energy happening also. So we could be connected to the same profession. Let's get some clues. Let's see what the clues are saying. But it came into me as casually, a little bit organically. Spirit, please share with me. Here's this. This has a bunch of numbers. So I'm going to grab the number dice first. And these could be birthdays. They could be months. So let's get the dice. So the number 3 could be March, 3 days. 3 days. I have the number 9. September, 15th of the month. I have the 11th, 11, 2, and 27. And then let's get a scoop of charms. Let me just give these a little stir. I want to get some of the bottom ones. Okay, perfect. Okay. I have a love. That came into me as like written in the sky. It was, you know, we start to feel like this is meant to be. You know, I feel like we're both smart enough that we don't question it. So we both just say, you know what, this is great. I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to worry about it, you know, going away. I'm not going to worry about it blowing up in my face. I'm just going to accept it and just be grateful that it's here. So I like that you guys are both very accepting of it and you're not questioning it. That's beautiful. I have a palm tree that kind of goes back to my cruise. I want to take you somewhere. I want to take you somewhere warm. Could be our first vacation. We go to Florida together, something like that. So that's nice. I have flowers, a little bit of a gardening energy there. Flower beds, flower baskets. They're saying, you know, the baskets that kind of hang on the stick in the ground. So hanging baskets. So not a ton of flowers, but enough that I kind of walk around the yard and probably water them. I'm going to put that big flower with that. So, and here's a butterfly. Yes. So it feels like the flowers attract butterflies and birds. And yeah, I mean, is it, you know, tons of stuff? No, it's probably some buckets and hanging baskets on my front porch, something like that. I have an invisible crown. I have a crown. I'm going to treat you like a queen. I'm going to treat you like a king. So somebody who's very good to you. I always like that feeling. Okay, so I have some tools, and I had that feeling earlier that they were helpful and they took initiative, and you didn't have to walk, you know, hold their hand through something. They're like, no, I know how to fix it. I'm good. So somebody who's kind of handy, somebody who can work with tools. Now, whether they just do it as a hobby. I think it's just a hobby. I don't think it's their profession, but they aren't afraid to, maybe they like to do it. Maybe they like to fix things. Maybe they like to try to fix it, try to fix things on their own first. If they can't, they're funny. They're showing me, they go on YouTube and they Google search whatever it is they have to fix. And they watch a YouTube video on how to fix it. And then, yeah, YouTube. And then they fix it that way. So they're showing me that that's how they learn. So that's funny. It's true. You can learn anything on YouTube. All right. So I have a sun and a smiley face. Definitely new beginning. I'm happy. I'm excited about this. I also feel like a summer romance. And Spirit said, baby, it's hot outside. Instead of baby, it's cold outside. Baby, it's hot outside. I have a fairy. This is like a fairy tale. I'm going to say it that way. I feel like this is a dream, that it's magical. You know, I believe in the tooth fairy. I believe in the, you know, everything. What does this little guy say? What does that say? It says handmade. Okay, handmade. So somebody maybe works with their hands. Maybe they do crafts. They crochet. They knit. They make things that they sell. So maybe somebody's very crafty and everything's handmade. There's a lot of people that love to do stuff like that. I have a baby carriage. I feel like it's a grandchild. I'm going to say grandchild, unless it's somebody who's younger that wants to have a child and you haven't had a child yet. But there could be news of a new baby coming on one side. I have a bird in a cage, but it has 3 diamonds. And the little diamonds are coming into me almost like 3 children. So maybe between us, we have 3 children, or one of us has 3 children. But it came into me as like our children collectively. So we could have 3 children collectively. So those are our charms. Those are our beautiful charms. And I love that. Okay. Let's see what else they want you to know about this connection today. Spirit, for the weekend, anything happening over the weekend that you want us to know? Tell us about this love, who, when, where. So it feels casual. It feels feels like an introduction. It could even be almost like borderline blind date that somebody set you up with this person, or at least, you know, gave this person your number or something like that. We're headed to tropical paradise, but I also keep feeling like this is a summer romance. I feel that we're meeting in the summer, sunset, sunrises, they're saying. Maybe that's something we do together. I have love letters, love text messages. Maybe once we get going, that this person's very affectionate, says things in their text messages. I can't wait to see you today. I can't wait to be with you tonight. I have helps lighten your load. Yeah, they take initiative. There's a part about this person that they don't just sit back and expect to be waited on. They jump right in. You know, they're used to being independent. They're used to taking care of themselves. So they don't expect you to wait on them. So it's nice. It's like, okay, I'm not going to wait on anybody. You know, I want somebody who, I don't mind inviting you over for dinner, but the least you can do is put your, you know, bring your plate to the sink, you know, or help me somehow. Game night. I don't know if you play game night as much as, I don't know, maybe we do something together like that. Maybe we do backgammon or make a puzzle, you know, I mean, something simple, but I don't know. Maybe there's a updated game that people are playing that is kind of fun. So maybe we do something like that. We try that. I have sunset kisses. Yeah, there's definitely a feeling of sunrises, sunsets going on here with me right now. So there's something happening that we're experiencing the summer. We're enjoying the summer. You know, are we afraid that it's just a summer romance? I don't think so, because I feel like we're both mature and we know that it can last longer than just the summer. I have PD, a little bit of PDA. Maybe I'm a little bit more affectionate than I've ever been. I have it's our first kiss. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's definitely a new romance. I think it's here in the summer. I feel that we are, there's the way they just said it was finding our way to each other. So I really like that. Let's get some time cards. Let's see if they'll share with me any other time elements. I have in less than a month. Okay, nice. That's a good one. I have in a few weeks. Perfect. I have September being important. So you could fall in love with this person. And by September, we're definitely an item. We're definitely, what did they say earlier? I'm hooked on you. I'm hooked on you. They're saying today. Today is the day. All right. So is it this weekend, Spirit? Is it a, we're going to meet this weekend? We're going to get to know each other this weekend? Maybe. I have December being important. Could be birthday months. I have April. And it's just around the corner. Nice. That also came into me a little bit that we're going to meet somewhere that's pretty close by. So we could live in the same vicinity, and it's more of a, do you know where, you know, such and such restaurant is? And they're like, oh yeah, it's just around the corner from me. So it kind of felt like that, oh yeah, okay, great. Yeah, I know exactly where that is. I mean, I could literally walk there, you know? So it felt like something like that going on too. Like where we're meeting is very, very close by to even both of us. So that tells me that you guys are in a very small circle of each other. Same town, same community, 10-mile radius, 15-mile radius. I don't feel like I've got a lot of travel going on. It's more like, yeah, I'll meet you there. I could meet you there in 10 minutes energy. So yeah, so you're close by. You're close by. It's close to coming towards you. And It all feels good. It always all feels good. And if it's not here yet, just remember it is all about divine timing, and we know that. So let's thank Spirit for this guidance and these messages. I love this person's energy. I love that they just want to chill and hang out with you. And you know what? Probably a lot of you are like, that's about all I want too. That would make me happy. So if that makes you happy, let me know in the comments. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. Thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Comment below, claim it, own it, it's yours. Hit that like button. That always helps our channels, all of us here on YouTube that do these readings for all of you. I always like to say, just hit that button right from the beginning, especially if you follow all of us, you know, all the time, because of the time and effort that it takes to do these readings for everybody. That helps. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please check out my website at kathymamolinspsychicmedium.com. Also, I have 2 other YouTube channels if you're not familiar with those. I have a pick a card channel, and I have a twin flame soulmate channel, which is a little bit more towards no contact readings. So those channels are in the description below with a link and in the comments. I hope you have a great weekend, everybody. And I hope you got some clues as to the type of energy that's around you or the type of love that could be arriving in your life. We'll see you all again real soon.